Okay, so yeah, they spend an inordinate amount of time looking at the technicals, and then only a very small, a relative amount of time looking at their own mindset. And yet we know that it doesn't matter what your technical approach is or how good it is, the strategy, whatever you want to call it, your method that you've devised, your approach to the market, if you haven't got the mindset, you're still not going to be profitable with it anyway. And yet people spend all of this time perfecting the back testing and the tweaking and all of that stuff as on the technical side of things, and not enough time on the mindset. I get it all of the time, who still succumb to the mindset side of things because they've never worked on that. They understand it. They understand, yes. Oh yeah, it's this, and you've got to, I don't know, be careful of fear, be careful of greed, those sorts of things. But they've never really spent the time on it. So once they're in a trade, let's go for an example. So you can jump into a trade. You get into a trade, and the trade starts going against you, and then all these emotions come up, and then you're thinking, oh, maybe I will cut the position. It's that type of thing that goes on. Now that to me raises a flag that individual hasn't spent the time pre-taking the trade mentally on taking the trade, that they are truly comfortable with the trade. Because every trade you take, you should be comfortable with it being a stop out. So if you get into a trade and you're finding that you're jumping out, well, you're just, and then maybe it then carries on going up afterwards or whatever. Well, it just says that you weren't mentally there for the trade, because people will say, oh God, my strategy, yeah, it did go up and I jumped out, and now you're frustrated and angry, and you're going to carry that emotional baggage onto your next trade and the next one and the next one, and maybe your approach is fine. So what you need to be doing is spending an inordinate amount of time on your mindset, not so much now on your technicals. Spend the time, invest the time. Okay, where am I pre-trade? How am I during the trade now? And keep the self-talk going. The self-talk is, right, I've got to follow my plan. I know I'm feeling like I want to jump out right now because I'm in this trade and it's starting to roll over. That's my gut feel. I've got to ignore that. I've got to stay with the plan. All of this self-talk during the trade as well is what helps you to stay with it.